Nashville, Tennessee, a small city that feels more like a big town. It is situated along the banks of the Cumberland River in the center of the state and is referred to as Music City, USA, due to its long-time association with the country music industry. Country, or hillbilly music, was born in the 1920s. Soon after radio and records made it possible for local folk musicians to hear what their contemporaries were creating in other parts of the United States.
The nickname Music City USA makes Nashville sound like such a happy place. But as with all things in the entertainment industry, this city has a darker side. Could the ghost of certain entertainers be haunting Nashville venues? Or are these reports just the ramblings of crazed fans who can't let go of their favorite celebrities' memories?
There have been hundreds of reports concerning paranormal activity linked to the country music industry in Nashville. Some people even believe that certain venues are cursed, such as the Ryman Auditorium. The building we know today as the Ryman was originally opened in 1892 as the Union Gospel Tabernacle. Captain Tom Ryman, a steamboat captain and hard-drinking hellraiser, found God after hearing an evangelist speak. He gave up his evil ways and began construction on a building that would be dedicated to religious revivals and activities. It was also occasionally used as a public meeting hall, and in 1897 hosted a large reunion of Confederate veterans.
When Captain Tom died in 1904, the Tabernacle was renamed the Ryman Auditorium and soon became an entertainment venue. Some believe that Captain Tom stayed around to watch over his beloved building. Reportedly, he makes his presence known during any performances that don't meet his approval. Record has it that Captain Tom was so disturbed by one rather risque musical event in the early 1900s that he proceeded to thrash about, creating so much noise that the patrons couldn't hear the performance.
Yeah, hell yeah, a lot of weird stuff went on. You can really feel some energy going on in there. I mean, and they that's not just something they say. I mean, it really is. The first time I played the Ryman, I was completely freaked out, you know.
A ghost of a quieter nature is a figure simply known as the Gray Man. While numerous employees and artists have reported seeing someone dressed in gray sitting in the balcony after hours and during rehearsals, this man has never been seen attending an actual performance. No one knows who this strange figure may be. Possibly a past patron or a long-dead Confederate soldier just wanting to visit the Confederate gallery?
In 1925, a small radio station in Nashville, Tennessee, began broadcasting a radio program featuring live performances by country musicians. The hour-long Saturday night show followed a classical musical program called the Grand Opry. So it was quickly nicknamed the Grand Ole Opry. The show was eventually relayed to radio stations across the country and was heard by millions of country music fans. From 1943 to 1974, the Ryman became the home of the Grand Ole Opry, featuring some of the best country music artists the industry had to offer. It is said that many musical celebrities that have passed away come back to the Ryman for frequent visits.
When I was younger, I used to think we had the Phantom of the Opry because there was always this guy standing backstage at the Opry that I would ask my dad who he was, and every time my dad would turn to find out who he was gone. And so my girlfriend and I started calling him the Phantom of the Opry because we would only see him every now and then, and we'd ask somebody who he was, and he'd be gone. So we were like, and he was scary looking. He wasn't cute he was scary looking. Long white hair, kind of thin, stands over in the corner, and then people would go, I don't know, man. You talking about Porter Wagner? And I'd say, no, not Porter Wagner.
The most famous ghost to return to the Ryman is the great Hank Williams, who died tragically in the backseat of his car in 1953. Numerous performers and tourists have reported spotting him at various times. Encounters with Hank Williams include performers who have bumped into him backstage, visitors who have seen him hanging out in the alley behind the Ryman, and an employee who saw a white mist resembling Williams singing on stage after hours. Sightings of the ghost of Hank Williams have become so common, they inspired two major country music hits, David Allan Coe's The Ride, 1983, and Alan Jackson's Midnight in Montgomery, 1992.
Me and Terry Smith, our bass player, we used to work with Bobby and Sonny, the Osborne brothers. And we were doing a taping at the Ryman one day. And they had a bunch of different acts on there. And anyway, Sonny and all of us were standing around at the end of the tape, and he was talking, just kind of joking, saying, you know, you think like Hank Williams and Patsy Cline and all them is flying around here, you know, and all that. And two of the windows at the back of the stage flew up, opened up. And I mean, they didn't fall down. They were already shut, and they flew up. And he just turned and looked at everybody and said, I'm getting the heck out of here, you know.
To this day, sightings of long-past country music artists surround the Ryman. Are these real spectral encounters, or just the overactive imaginations of rabid fans unwilling to let go?